And tonight, peace now has been restored inside the People's House. Congress then reconvening tonight to certify the electoral votes in President-elect Joe Biden's victory. Well, that process right now continues still at this hour. We will have more from D.C. in just a couple of minutes, but first, really, Nevada Representative Susie Lee telling 13 Action News what it was like being there amid all that chaos.
Reporter Austin Carter is live outside Clark County election headquarters with more for us. Austin.
Yeah, Trisha, Todd, Congresswoman Lee, she is doing okay. I was able to speak with her for about 15 minutes this afternoon from her office where she was in lockdown. Now, Congresswoman Lee joins many other leaders and representatives from across the country who were inside the U.S. Capitol today. And boy, they were in for one heck of a day.
It's a dangerous day for our country, and we have a lot of healing to do.
A long day on Capitol Hill for Nevada Representative Susie Lee that began unlike most others.
Normally, I ride my bike or walk to work. I was driven by one of my staff members and parked in very early in the morning with the intention that I was going to stay here all day.
Outside, chaos as Trump supporters stormed into the U.S. Capitol. We know one person was killed. Congresswoman Lee calling this one of the most shameful days in our nation's history.
When you saw that breach, it was obviously much more than we anticipated would be happening.
Some 2,000 miles to the west, a similar sight of Stop the Steal protesters making their presence known in downtown Las Vegas and outside the Clark County election headquarters. Congresswoman Lee says despite the unrest, the due process of the election will move forward.
I'm more determined than ever to make sure that we stay here and get this election certified, and on January 20th we swear in Joe Biden and Kamala Harris as our next president and vice president of the United States.
Congresswoman Lee tweeted that this is more than protesting, more than rioting, it's violent extremism. Chairman of the Clark County Republican Party, Dave Sajak, says he condemns what happened and says this violent protest compares to the social injustice movements seen in 2020.
And I think our side, although it's the law and order side, is getting a little frustrated with what's happening, that they're not being heard.
Congresswoman Lee also saying that it is the president's responsibility to stop the violence. And speaking of President Trump, well, his Twitter account, it's been suspended until tomorrow. We're live in North Las Vegas tonight. I'm Austin Carter, 13 Action News.
I am 55.